New York Giants fans finally have something to root for. It's been how long now? Over a decade. And besides that 1 year, that glimmer of hope that the Giants pounced on and accidentally gave this guy by the name of Daniel Jones $40 million per year, it's been pretty brutal. New York teams in general, I feel like the NFL, Jets, Giants, they've had no success. It's been forever since they've actually been consistent, competitive teams. Not even the Super Bowl, but just the playoffs. That's a big step for them. And I think anything in the future for the New York Giants that's talent, that is skill, that is promising, is well deserved. They've waited long enough. This fan base has been itching for something to cheer for since OBJ left, and finally they're getting some juice. And watching that preseason game, it was a healthy watch for Giants fans. I hope. I'm not one myself, but I would assume that there is life in the franchise now. Just a little bit, just a glimmer of hope. The Giants got their swag back. And I think that's so underrated for franchises that are digging themselves out the dirt. They got their swag back. There's an element of swagger that they're playing with, and I love it. Now, I got to apologize. I didn't love the Jackson Dart pick, not because I don't believe in Jackson Dart, but trading up for him in the draft, I was kind of scratching my head at the moment. I got to apologize. Drafting Jackson Dart, if that's their guy, was the right move. I was a little premature with my take. Should have waited, thought about it a little bit. He looked like a superstar today. He threw an incredible touchdown in the back of the end zone, opened up his NFL career with an amazing TD, and he looked fired up, like he's proud to be a New York Giant. He looked like a future franchise quarterback. Now, look, I'm not going to crown him as anything more than just a simple great game from this past weekend. With that being said, it was a really solid performance, and it showed me a lot. And again, I think it was a little bit premature with pouncing on the Giants again because they've been so bad in recent history. Their draft was really good, and it's showing in a lot of areas of their roster. Their pass rush, top 5 in the NFL. Abdul Carter gave work to Dion Dawkins in the preseason today. He tore him up on one of his early reps. I'm telling you, Abdul Carter is a future first-team All-Pro, and he's going to be a beast and the leader of this franchise one day. If not this year, within the next few years. He's an animal. And the rest of that D-line, Brian Burns, Dexter Lawrence, Thibodeau, it's really, really solid. They got a really good group there. We just saw how dominant Philly was in the Super Bowl, putting pressure on the quarterback, which won them the game. The Giants are replicating that. The secondary, it's experienced upgrades all offseason long. Javon Holland, Paulson Adebo, that's a good up-and-coming group. And the quarterback room, the Giants finally have a quarterback or quarterbacks they can rely on and have fun with. It's not so much the talent, which is obviously there. I'm not denying it, but there's faith, there's belief, and there's excitement about the quarterback room in New York. It hasn't been like that for a very long time. Trust me, there has been no faith, no belief, and certainly no excitement about Daniel Jones. With all due respect to Danny Dimes, hope he succeeds in Indianapolis. But I feel like they've been refreshed, like this air freshener was brought in. Jameis Winston is a perfect fit for the franchise to lighten their spirits. He's still a solid football player, but he's also that gel guy that you need in the locker room. Russell Wilson is a proven veteran, and Jackson Dart looks like a feisty, fiery rookie quarterback that will light this franchise on fire and give them life. And again, I apologized about it, but, if that was their guy, if they saw what they needed to see, if Brian Daboll liked him, by all means, man. Move up in the draft. Go get him. I think they only sacrificed the third-round pick. The draft class was great. And that's not to mention every other part of this team that I like on offense. The running back room. Tyrone Tracy. Really, really good rookie year. Tyrone Tracy, he's going to be an efficient, consistent back for the rest of his career. I fully believe in him. And the receiver room. That Giants receiving core worked together all season long with a receiver specialist I really like, Coach Liebs from the Sideline Hustle. He worked with them all year long, and you watch how much better they've gotten. And the standard there was already pretty high with Neighbors, with Wan'Dale Robinson, with Darius Slayton. Really an underrated receiving core that put in work all season long, worked on their technique. You can evidently see the cleaner breaks, more efficient in and out of breaks, quicker catching the ball. Like, everything looks so much cleaner. Their body movement, selling their breaks, it looks really tight and put together. I can't say enough about how much I believe in this roster moving forward. And it's crazy to me because I never expected to say that about the Giants, because all I've known is a franchise that's been pretty bad for around a decade or so. And they haven't had much success. They haven't had much to root for. You had Eli Manning and OBJ there for a while, which was exciting. At least it brought some entertainment to New York. And although they never won anything or really went too far in the playoffs, it was cool to watch. You'd tune in on Sunday Night Football just to watch OBJ hit the whip on the Dallas Cowboys and go crazy. I feel like they've got a little bit of that back. The entertainment in New York is certainly back for the Giants. And at this point, that's really all you can ask for. And the talent will come. Cam Skattebo, he's had an amazing training camp. Despite being injured, the Giants are very pleased with his success. I'm telling you, this Giants draft class has so many stars and gems. It could be one of the best of all time if it pans out correctly. If Abdul Carter ends up being who we believe he might be. If Jackson Dart becomes a franchise quarterback. If Cam Skattebo evolves into the RB1 or into an RB1, RB2 role, 1-2 punch with Tyrone Tracy. We'll see. But for some reason, I have so much belief in the Giants, and I think it's finally their turn to take over, to build up a competitive team that goes out there and causes any given team a problem on any given Sunday. So shout out the Giants, man. They went out, balled out, beat my Bills in the preseason, and I was pleasantly surprised with the performance as an all-around group and from an individual standpoint from a hand-selected group of players. I'm pumped up, and Giants fans should be too.